Hello humans. Are you still trying to consciously connect to your source energy? If you still believe in these concepts, then you're still growing in your understanding. A biblical God, demons or angels, an ending place of damnation versus salvation, or completely unrelated to religious indoctrinations. You don't believe in anything beyond yourself or this human experience. Not sure if anything exists and still choose not to look for answers or grow in your awareness. Don't care about any of it and you're just living life. Let's discuss. What is God? Or how do you define it? The English word itself is derived from the Proto-Germanic Yuan, the reconstructed Proto-Indo-European form. Hutiem was likely based on the root how, which meant either to call or to invoke. But we'll break that down another day. So, how would you describe God today? Maybe a supreme being worshipped as the creator or ultimate source of the universe. Do you believe your energy of awareness stops in your tiny universe? The Oxford Dictionary describes it as a noun. In Christianity and other monotheistic religions, the creator and ruler of the universe and source of all moral authority, the supreme being. And in certain other religions, a superhuman being or spirit worshipped as having power over nature or human fortunes, a deity. Or maybe you don't believe in anything like this. That's okay. Humans who don't need a God are typically more aware than those following one. I do say this, even without belief, you can still connect with your energy, and it helps with stress, anxiety, and so much more. Just get quiet with yourself, and take moments to breathe. Keep growing. Keep asking questions. Be the best version of you, and you will surely live a happy life. And maybe you see God as a part of yourself, and you call it your higher self, or God self. But then I'd have to ask you, what happens when you die? Do you go to a place of rest? Do you return for more? And what does your process look like? Then ask yourself, where did you find this answer? Was it yours or was it given to you? To live in your truth, you must completely understand it. Most of you have been taught to believe in something bigger than you. Such a beautiful concept for some. But what if I told you that your perspective is only showing parts of your connection and limits understanding? What if instead of something bigger than you, you wake to realize that you are the something bigger, beyond the temporary vessel you're borrowing? You are awareness. What your next step looks like is up for anyone's guess, because the options are limitless. Each part of source consciousness will have many more ways to experience awareness. Let me say that again for those in the back. Each part of source consciousness will have many more ways to experience awareness. So what or who is God but man's believed answer to their deepest questions? God, to most, is a strong energy or deity that gave them life and a place to rest when it's all done, who protects them and loves them, an energy that they worship and call for when they are in need. The Almighty, the big guy. Remember, this is the same God that will send you to a place of damnation or separation if you go against it or have your own thoughts and want to consciously evolve. Also remember, religious texts were written by man, claiming to be inspired or not. Man doesn't have an honest track record, if you know what I mean. Let's talk about the fear of a bad place or a place of absolute void. Most were told from a very young age what to fear and not fear. Humans are starting to realize something though. The fears you teach to your children came from your caretakers, and their fears came from another indoctrinated human as well. You can end the cycle of fear starting with you. If you remove some man's idea of a powerful deity of good or bad, and the idea of heaven or hell, if you stop feeding this toxic fear, you'll see something beautiful happen. We become closer to our truth, who we truly are. There is a place of conscious awareness, and we all exist there, without flesh or any type of vessel. We are all consciousness. In this place, you'll see through consciousness only. All around you there will be all parts of source awareness. You'll reconnect with all versions of your awareness, starting with your last experience to your first. So yes, you'll see your loved ones. In this place you can create. Your place of awareness looks however you'd like it to or expect it to. Whilst standing in this place of awareness, you can have a full conversation with another part of source awareness, like a family member or a friend from a past experience. We can show each other our perspective of how this existence is perceived to us. And if you should ever want to continue and keep evolving, you'll start to use your place of awareness to connect to the deepest parts of source consciousness, and you'll see the next wave of existence. Another place to gain more awareness. Another place to become a more evolved version of source consciousness. If only for 90 years. Wherever I may be, I hope to always become the best version of my truest self. We return with all that we've learned, and we'll leave all that was placed in us by other beings that cause forced fears, traumas, or happiness. Yes, happiness. Some people only laugh to hide the pain they hold and are not comfortable sharing. Forced happiness is the same thing as forced fears. Forced to feel a certain way because of those raising us and the society we grow up in. Unfortunately, all of the forced taught energy that came from each experience gets left as something residual or ghosts after the vessel expires. That type of energy is what I urge you to protect yourself against. The best protection is not a crystal, although very pretty and have some cool science behind them. They are not going to protect you from past trauma and indoctrinations. These are the things causing the fear and idea of demons or something evil. When you don't understand what you see or feel, especially if it's in your consciousness or in the dark, your fears get woken up and boom, all the things you've been programmed to believe between your family and friends and your Bible. Your forced fears come rushing in. Truth is, if you see something unpleasant in your conscience, whether it came from your vision or your thoughts, it's simply something you don't understand. So without knowledge, you pull from fear. So protect yourself from the residual energies of your existence by using knowledge and understanding. Research the actual reason your brain creates things when left with only imagination. Avoiding articles or writings that base their information on spiritual beliefs instead of science and facts. So now, I'll ask again, are you still trying to connect, or have you connected to source awareness? Enjoy your experience. Remember to lead it with knowledge, not fear, and be one with your truth.